Hello everyone, and welcome back to the StarCraft 2 1 vs 1 replay casted by myself. My name is Axel, and this is going to be game number 2 of a best of 3. In between spawning in at the lower left position on the map of Dual Site, it's going to be the red Zerg player Haypro representing Team Liquid. His opponent in the top right, it's going to be the blue Terran player Polt representing Team TSL or the SEV Life. And this is game 2, so if you missed game 1, go check that out. Shouldn't be too hard to find. But if you did see game 1, let's talk about it a little bit. Polt went for a 2-racks pressure play, and Haypro just could not deal with it, even though he tried as hard as he could. And Polt was able to take game number 1. And if Polt can win this game, he will advance to the next round of the Championship Losers Bracket. I did some research in between games. This is actually Losers Bracket round 5 of the Championship Bracket. And can I remember who Polt had to go through? He had to go through a lot of people in the Championship Bracket to get to this point. First it was Jinro, then it was In Control, then it was Sheth. Oh, I'm forgetting someone already. TLO. Okay, so it was Jinro, In Control, TLO, Sheth, in that order. And now it's Haypro. I think that adds up to 5. Yes, this is a Losers Bracket round 5 of the Championship Bracket. If Polt can win this, he'll move on to the next round. Haypro must win 2 in a row. So we'll have to see what happens here. Both these players very good. Polt has won a GSL, the Super Tournament. Polt won that one, I think. If I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing how far he's going to go in this tournament. I guess I already know how far he went because I was at MLG Orlando, taking pics and video, saying hi to people. But yeah, Polt, a lot of people, you know, they didn't know a lot about him considering MLG Orlando, considering I think only one of his games was actually shown on the main stream. So here I am trying to expose him a little bit. Of course, he's a great Terran player, and it should not be ignored. There's like a meme on the internet about Polt always getting ignored, and it's quite hilarious. But I feel bad for the guy, so we're gonna give him some exposure, see what he can do here. Opening up with a command. Is that a command center? Yes. Getting a supply depot and then a command center. So going to be favoring the macro here, and also getting a racks and a supply depot at the top of his ramp to wall it off. This drone won't be able to leave. This drone will actually die pretty soon here, assuming Polt doesn't accidentally lower supply depot or raise his barracks. But yeah, the drone is not long for this world. Polt adding on a barracks, no gas being taken just yet, conserving all of that money for his barracks. Yeah, and actually delaying this orbital command quite a bit. Probably going to make both of these orbital commands at the exact same time. Maybe. We'll see. There's one orbital command. This is about to finish. Probably will be made into an orbital command straight away. He's trying. He's trying. There it is. So, Polt 2 orbital commands in 5 minutes. Not bad at all. Meanwhile, Haypro getting down his hatchery. Got an early gas this game. He didn't do that last game. Got his early gas. Got his 100 gas, and immediately threw that into the Metabolic Boost speed upgrade out of his spawning pool. Yeah, he didn't do that last game, and of course last game lost to that early 2-racks pressure. But this time, Haypro getting that early Metabolic Boost speed upgrade, and I'm really intrigued to see what Polt ends up doing. A lot of Marines coming out of these barracks, and Haypro trying to be as annoying as possible. Going to try to keep remaking this extractor, trying to prevent his opponent from I wouldn't say prevent him from taking it, but trying to keep the drone alive as long as possible, because just to keep an eye on his opponent, just to get some scouting information. How many Marines does he have? Is he going to take his first gas? Is he going to take his second gas? You know, just getting extra scouting information and trying to keep that drone alive as long as possible. Polt immediately adding on 2 gases straight away. Going to have 4 barracks on the field. So going to be producing quite a bit of Marines. Has 4 Marines on the field right here. This Overlord has to be careful. Or is that a safe spot? That may be safe. That Overlord may be safe unless Polt lifts the barracks or something. But Polt adding on a bunker to the low ground, putting his natural expansion down, and going to be transferring some SEV. Never mind, not transferring the SEVs just yet. Will he at all? That is the question. Nope, just rallying both his main and natural expansion to that natural mineral line. Meanwhile, on Haypro's base, adding on a 3rd hatchery right next to his natural, starting to spread that creep. Always a good idea. And adding on an evolution chamber, putting guys back into gas, so going to be getting a layer with that first 100 gas, I would imagine. Or maybe a +1 upgrade out of the evolution chamber. Another possibility. This drone looks like he wants to make an expansion. No. Not putting that down just yet. Has enough money, enough resources to do so. The drone's just chilling for now. And will he put down that expansion? Haypro floating a lot of money here, up to 800 minerals. Putting down that hatchery. There we go. So Haypro gonna be on 3 bases pretty soon here. 7 more drones in production. Income tab shows 34 to 32, soon to be 41. 34 plus 7 is 41, I think. But nothing much going on right now. Polt starting off this this little wall at his natural expansion. And let's talk about the map a little bit. It is dual site. It is very aesthetically pleasing. That was a little bit harder to say than I initially thought it would be. That's actually really cool. Is that like a dragon tail? I've never seen that before. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, anyway. The map looks good. It looks nice. And a lot of Terran players don't like it against Zerg because it's hard to take that third and stay safe. Like if you go if you go mech or whatever, if you get a lot of tanks and you move them to siege over here to protect your third, then your natural is extremely exposed. And that can be a headache to deal with. So I've seen players put 2 planetary fortresses right here, just to make sure that they're as defended as possible. That's a pretty cool trick that a lot of Terran players do. But we'll see what Polt ends up doing. He's making a lot of bio right now, not going into mech at all. Just now going to be throwing down his factory. So going to be favoring the bio play. Has combat shields on the way as well as stim. Those are both about to finish. Stim going to finish a little bit before that combat shield upgrade. Now Polt making his way to the bottom of the map here. Has a lot of Marines and Marauders. What does Haypro have to deal with this? There's a lot of Lings on the field. Baneling Nest on the way, but all he's going to have here are Speedlings. Are they upgraded at all? No, they are 0/0 Speedlings, and that's not going to be enough to deal with this. But he may try. I mean, he can try to engage it. Okay, going to try to cut off reinforcements. Not a bad idea, but Polt has a lot of units down here. This base is going to go down, so goodbye 4th hatchery at the 3rd expansion. 2nd expansion? At the natural 3rd of Liquid Haypro. That's going to go down quite quickly. Haypro making a bunch of Lings right now to try to defend against this. 5 Banelings on the way. Scan going down. Stim as well. Taking down some creep tumors. Not a bad decision at all. Here we go. Haypro coming forward with all of his Lings. Trying to get us around on these Marines and Marauders. Losing so many drones here. And Haypro has to pull away his drones. Making 12 Lings in production. More Lings coming forward to deal with these Marines and Marauders. But that's not going to be enough. These Queens are going to go down easy. And Haypro just going to be spamming the Lings right now. And this is not a good situation for him. Losing so many drones here. Trying to get us around. Does get a decent surround and is going to end up cleaning up that army from Polt. But at what cost? Units lost. Workers lost. 14 workers killed for TSLPolt. Here's the units lost. 91 units, 3,500 resources compared to 31 and 2,000. So Polt definitely coming on top of that altercation, taking out that 3rd base from his opponent, also taking down his entire ground army along with a good chunk of his economy. Now Polt going to be expanding to the middle right here. Not a bad decision. Maybe again, a lot of Terran players toy with a bunch of different things. Polt obviously, thinks this is the best decision here for a 3rd. I guess it could be relatively easy to defend, considering there's just this attack path, really. Of course, there's this main one, and there's this ramp right here. But who knows? A lot of Terran players like doing a lot of different things. Polt coming forward to the natural expansion of Haypro, stimming forward all of his Marines. Not as big of an army as last time. Lings coming forward, trying to get us around. No Banelings in this composition. Keep that in mind. Polt huddling up against the wall here, trying to minimize the surface area ability of those Speedlings. And Polt's army is going to be cleaned up. So, Polt, TSLPolt, getting some upgrades on those infantry. +1 armor, +1 weapons, getting some medevacs on the way as well as some tanks. Does he have siege mode researched? No, he does not. So look for him to tap that button. And Haypro has a lot of money banked. 700, 1,300 is the resource count for him. Lings coming forward to this 3rd. It is a planetary fortress, so we'll be able to do a lot of damage to those Lings. So those Lings just going to get out of there because Polt can easily repair that planetary fortress, and those Lings would just die. But Polt coming forward once again with a lot of Marines, some medevacs as well, and still no Banelings on the field for Haypro that I can see. Units. No Banelings on the field. He does have a Baneling Nest though, but not using the Banelings. Not making those. Doesn't have speed researched either. And when a Zerg player does not have Banelings, and they don't have Infestors, how do they deal with Marines? That is the question. Just massing Lings, it could work, but you have to get a nice surround. That's exactly what Haypro does here. Gets a very decent surround on this army of Polt, but is it going to be enough? No, it's not. The Medevac's healing up those Marines so easily. Scan going down, trying to clear away as many creep tumors as possible to minimize that creep. Not a bad decision at all. And Polt now 1-1 on those Marines. Those are very, very, very robust and have proven to be very cost efficient. Who has the most kills on these Marines? 4 kills on one of those Marines. 5. I think he's the hero. 5. That's the biggest one I can find. Oh, 5 on 2 of them. So Polt coming forward once again, throwing down another scan. And Haypro, Mutas and Lings on the way, but again, doesn't have those Banelings. So I'm not sure how effective Haypro is going to be able to hold this aggression off. This hatchery will go down. Once again, there are some Mutas in the air. And by some, I mean 12. Oops. 14? 16? Yes, that is... No, 8, 16. Yeah, that's 16. 16 Mutas in the air. But Marines are decent against Mutas. So Haypro going to be trying to take out some tanks here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Banelings coming forward from Haypro. Polt has to be careful. Needs to micro these Marines. And a decent connection off on those Banelings. It looks like these Marines will stay alive. Muta's doing a decent amount of damage. And finally, the Marines go down. Haypro has enough in the air to finish it off. But behind this, Polt has been amassing a ferocious army. A lot of Marines on the ground. About 8, 16, 24, 32 Marines, with more being added. Some tanks on the ground as well in siege mode. Also Thors in the unit composition of TSLPolt. Muta is trying to do some harassment to this natural third, but there is a missile turret there, and Polt has been repairing it to try to repair again. And are the Mutas going to be enough? No, they're not going to be trying to target down some SCVs, but Polt with some really nice defense there. Just repairing that one turret, keeping it alive, and keeping his game alive. And here we go, Polt coming forward once again with 3 tanks, 2 Thors, so many Marines. A couple of medevacs in there as well. Overlord escapes with his life. But Haypro did take that expansion in the upper left location. I think he should give up on this one in the bottom. It is not working out for him. And Haypro going to try to cut off some reinforcements with these Mutalisks. One Marine trying to be a hero, but he dies quite quickly. Muta's coming straight to this expansion at the 12 o'clock position, and there is no turret here, no anti-air to defend against these Mutalisks. So some Marines coming forward, but that's not going to be enough. At the same time, there is an engagement in the bottom left here, and Polt just running through Haypro with all of these Marines, tanks, and Thors. And Haypro just does not have a response. Polt not even sieging up his tanks. One hatchery goes down. The natural expansion still remains, but it will go down quite quickly. There it goes. And Polt up 170 to 93 supply. Looking good to advance to the next round, which is a pretty darn good deal. He has 2-0'd absolutely everyone on Championship Sunday. And I don't see what Haypro can do from here. Polt would have to dance with his Marines. And here comes the Banelings from Haypro, but nice splitting with those Marines. And Polt's going to stay alive. Muta's coming forward as well, but there are 2 Thors in this composition trying to magic box. That's not going to be as effective as you would like it. Some Marines still on the ground here from Haypro. Or from Polt, and Marines are good. So yeah, Polt up 165 to 39 supply, and this could be the end of the tournament for Haypro. In fact, it is the end of the tournament for Haypro. Haypro doing a decent job though. Not a bad tournament run for Haypro, throwing down the GG, and that means Polt will move on to the next round, defeating Liquid Haypro 2-0, and Polt goes up to play Puma from EG. But Polt making a ferocious run through this tournament. He got knocked down to the lower bracket on day number 1 in round 4. I think Gosu User knocked him down, and he has had to fight through so many players. Off the top of my head, I can think of, I think it was TSL Alive, Liquid Jinro, Liquid Sheth, and actually Polt is the Liquid Slayer, now that I think about it. Also taking out, oh, who am I forgetting? In Control, and Oh, there was one more. TLO. Yeah, oh my god. Polt is the Liquid Slayer. He's killed Jinro from Liquid, TLO from Liquid, Sheth from Liquid, and now Haypro from Liquid. So Liquid is not happy at Polt today. So Polt makes it to the next round. Thanks for watching. You can check me out at youtube.com/AxeltossSC, and I look forward to casting more games from MLG in the future. Thanks for watching.